4. The Giants had to work for it, but they win it by a field goal. Next up, let's go across the Atlantic to Madrid. The Falcons, Zachariah Branch. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Falcons, as they get the win here. Time now to shine the spotlight on our EA Sports Player of the Week. Our nominee,
middle of November here in Ohio. And along the river in Cincinnati, the Bengals are ready to welcome their longtime division rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers, in town for this Sunday nighter. On the visitors' sideline, their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Feeling good after he and his mates had the open week to rest up. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you, the veteran Chris Boswell, getting things started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And he will be stopped at the 25-yard line, so that's where this opening drive of the game will begin. Time for Joe Cool. Joe Burrow brings the Bengals out. His 7th season, Greg, man, led the NFL in passing yardage and touchdowns in that terrific season a couple of years ago.
The biggest takeaway coming off last week's loss is he just needs to make a bigger impact overall. He certainly wasn't bad. I mean, no interceptions, protected the ball. But he needs to do more. He needs to kind of let it loose and take some more shots downfield and maybe throw into some tighter windows. For his team to win, this offense needs to be better, and at the front of that is the play of the quarterback.
After a gain of 5 on first down, it is 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Oh, intercepted on the 2nd play of the game. Picked off by Peyton Wilson.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
He keeps rolling. Aaron Rodgers leading the Steelers out. Hard to believe, Greg, it's year 22, his 2nd in Pittsburgh, and teaming up again with his former head coach, Mike McCarthy.
Well, after another offseason of speculation, Aaron Rodgers, is he coming back? Where is he going to play? He's reunited with his coach, Mike McCarthy. Can they kind of rekindle that success of years back, those MVP seasons that he had in Green Bay? You look back just a season ago, Mike. I know he's getting up there. I know he's now on the north side of 40, but I'll tell you what, they had some other issues in Pittsburgh that they needed to make changes, but I actually think Aaron Rodgers, all things considered, played really well last year.
See what they have for 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
He's lucky this one didn't go back the other way, Mike. He got away with just a bad decision, bad throw, and to defensively, you get a chance to steal a possession for your offense, you got to capitalize and make those plays.
On third down, Rodgers. Room to maneuver at the 35. Rodgers. In the air. Good for a Steeler first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets to the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
A first down throw from Rodgers. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. A gain of 26, and it sets up first and goal.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as... Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target, and I don't think it's going to be his last.
No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
It's a loss of one.
They'll try and play with some pace early on.
At the 2-yard
now,
line.
Rodgers will sneak it, and he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up third and goal. They'll try to sneak it over. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Aaron Rodgers. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. His second rushing touchdown of the year. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
Good. Makes the score Steelers 7, Bengals nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. To return, it's Antonio Gibson. He'll get across the 20 and talk him down to the 23-yard line. The Bengals offense heading back out. You see their offensive coordinator, Dan Pitcher. Pitcher in his third season as the OC in Cincinnati. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. Now Gibson. They had that play dialed up defensively. Stopped them in the backfield. Loss of a yard. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
First run of the game here for Chase Brown. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
He'll drop this one down to the fullback. And that one's going to be shut down. They are short of the line to gain. No first down, and the punt team will come on here on 4th down. On is the punter, Rico, and he sends it away. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard
So the
line.
Steelers back on the field. Rico Dowdle and company with their next possession. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he tops all other NFL running backs to this point in the season. First down for Aaron. Going over the middle and taken in by Pittman. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
Rodgers on 3rd and 2. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense, and they get set to take over once more. And it's been a rocky start. Interception on the first drive, and then a punt the last time they had it. They'll run here with Gibson. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring them down for a big loss.
The 15-yard line.
So they'll come to the line. 2nd down, they need 14 yards. And we're not going to have another snap here. First quarter will come to an end. It's Bengals football here to begin the second quarter. And they've got 2nd and long, 2nd and 14. Now Burrow on the bootleg. Open left side is Gesicki. And he's out of bounds. Gain of about 10, so that'll help as they get set to face a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Has his man, it's Samuel. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now Brown. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Going to get a stoppage here. We have an injured Bengal on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Two first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down.
And it's his first catch of the game, and it ends up being a good one. All week long, we talked about how this dominant secondary wanted to take away their best targets. And if he continues to make plays like that, their top 10 ranking could take a hit by the end of this one.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They'll run here with Brown. He'll work forward, a short gain to the 25. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. Second and 7.
Brings up second and 7.
Here we go.
To throw is Burrow. And he's not going to be able to escape the rush here. He goes down. Keanu Benton in for the sack. It is a loss of 8. And now it's third down. To throw is Burrow. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
McPherson for the Bengals field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board. It's 7-3.
Bengals 3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Pass caught by Bernard. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 4. Play fake to Dowdle. And now Rodgers. That one incomplete. They can't hook up there. And that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. From the gun, Rodgers. That is over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Brian Cook.
Like, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. I mean, you're not going to get away with it at this level.
Open is the tight end, Oliver. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Trying to keep the momentum going after the turnover. They have delivered with a quick 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
So they have it 2nd and 1.
At the Steelers' 17-yard line.
They bring Chase in motion. On the ground, it's Brown.
I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
And that's over everybody. Out of the back of the end zone. It is incomplete. He'll go again here from the 10-yard line. 2nd down and goal.
Here we go. Right 80.
Throwing is Burrow. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got...
And he'll take it on in. Again. Touchdown, Bengals. His 6th touchdown now for the season.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half. But everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock. And they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
So, final seconds of this first half. Looks like they'll take a lead into the locker room as the kick's away. And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35-yard line. A-Rod down to throw on first down. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Halftime coming up, and we'll take you down to Scott Hanson for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Our tour around the NFL starts now. We begin at MetLife Stadium. The New York Football Giants at home to take on the Commanders in the NFC East. And this is Darius Slayton. He's going to stretch the field here, and this one is on target. 42 yards for the touchdown. The Giants wind up taking this one by a touchdown. From there, let's look in on the Bills and the Jets at MetLife Stadium. And this is the MVP from a couple seasons ago, Josh Allen. He's looking to throw, then makes a beeline for the end zone. 12 yards on the scramble for the score. The Bills have little problem here. They run away with a dominant win. Lastly, let's take a look at the impact player from Week 10. And for once, we all...
Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Steelers offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Here's a carry for Dowdle. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now Rodgers. Metcalf left side, he's got it. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down. And it's third down. Rodgers. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. So the Steelers ready to kick this one, Scott. They'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. This one heads directly out of bounds. The market just on the other side of midfield. Bengals offense heading back out. You see their offensive coordinator, Dan Pitcher, His guys are out front as they work on trying to find some way to extend this lead. Here's Brown. Room to run inside the 40. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On first and 10, Burrow. He'll dump this out wide to Gibson. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line. Here we go.
They'll motion over Samuel. On first down, Burrow. Gonna get that complete to Jamar Chase. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Gain of 7. Brings up second
down, they need 3.
At the Steelers' 13-yard line.
A carry here for Brown. And the Bengals are going to be set up first and goal. Nice run, getting them down to the 6.
Bengals first down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. He pulls it in around the 5. McPherson now for the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Bengals will get out in front 17-7.
17. Steelers 7.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. So the Steelers back on the field, Rico Dowdle and company with their next possession. And really, he has not produced a whole lot of highlights as we thought about coming in, that he could be a featured back in this one. Instead, no running lanes, no room to operate, stuck at the line of scrimmage, and generally taking this offense out of its flow. That's to the right side, and incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one, and it'll be second down.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment so that it's not so close the next time?
They'll try again here, second and 10. In the shotgun, it's Aaron. Got a man open downfield. It's Bernard. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. To throw is Rodgers. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. That's hard. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be first and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their second, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have first and goal. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. And after the play, that's Aaron Rodgers who is having some sort of issue down there. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. From back at the 13-yard line, it is 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun, here's Howard. Forced out wide. Oh, the ball comes out. And it is recovered by the Bengals.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
Higgins sent in motion. Burrow now to throw on 1st down. Short pass caught by Oliver. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
2nd and 3 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24 now, here is 2nd and 3. Receiver in motion, headed left. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. The middle of the field. That's taken in by Chase. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. 25 on that connection. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
At the 49-yard line.
Now a handoff, running right. Finding space inside the 40. And he will score. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Cincinnati. It's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals up their lead. It's now 24-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. He'll start at the 4. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense ready for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive. Out of the gun, it's Howard. He'll get this to his tight end, Freiermuth. They'll look to pick up the pace.
Complete to Pat Freiermuth. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 13 at the 26-yard line.
And we will not get another snap here. That is going to do it for this third quarter of play. Howard now to throw it here on 2nd down. He'll let this go deep, and that is incomplete.
Let's give credit to the defense. I mean, those throws, they have not been there this entire game, and they have tried time and time again to test this defense downfield, and you could see a little frustration mounting from some of these receivers. They cannot connect downfield.
That's over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. This one, incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of a yard.
2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This one complete to Oliver. And he'll be out of bounds after a gain of 9. They'll go about trying to convert on 3rd down.
3rd and 2.
Here we go. Ready? Start.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. But he goes nowhere. Call doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up 4th down. So now they'll send out Evan McPherson for this field goal try. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals will
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Out come the Steelers. It's their next possession. Why don't we take a look at what is ahead for them the next few weeks? They'll be at Philadelphia next week. Then back home for Denver. From 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Howard. His throw right side, pulled in by Pittman. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
And the Steeler 1st down.
They'll throw on 1st down with Howard. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
2nd down, it's Howard. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down.
You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch, and now fourth down. They'll throw for it with Howard. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And the Bengals are going to get the ball back on the turnover. In the jungle for the Bengals. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the second time this year.